it's an opportunity to really stand for bringing people together and not being okay with the kind of division that it caused, because I'm not okay with the kind of division that it caused. I don't like this whole idea of team this person and team this person. I'm just not about that. I want to be able to bring people together, and I think that that was a really important moment for people to see that you can do that and you can bring people together, and it doesn't have to be about this divisive nature.
Hailey Bieber, tut, the drama never stops with that one, my God. So Hailey Bieber recently discussed Rhode on her channel. She did a little wannabe Shane Jeffree Star documentary, you know, talking about her brand because it's officially 1 year old now. And she's been releasing lots of like special promotions and has been doing a lot of interviews with people talking about her brand. You know, brand awareness is very important, and she's going the right way about doing this because she is talking about Selena Gomez drama when she's being interviewed about her business. When Hailey Bieber launched her Rhode skincare brand a year ago, it garnered a lot of success, but she had quite a few obstacles and still does. Now, when I think about Hailey Bieber's brand, it reminds me a lot about Jaclyn Hill's lipstick brand. Yes, it does, because similar things have sort of happened. So, if you remember, I think it was earlier this year, it was exposed that Jaclyn Hill's brand, Jaclyn Cosmetics, was actually run by Morphe. Okay, so Jaclyn was just the face of the brand. And Marlene Estelle had exposed like a little bit about Jaclyn Hill's brand and how it was like a big flop and stuff, and how she wasn't really caring about the products and the lipsticks that were being made at that point in time. And now we know that Jaclyn Hill was doing F all. She was letting Morphe run the show. So I feel like Hailey Bieber's Rhode skincare line is very similar in a way, because she is the face of the brand and the brand has had problems. And when she was talking about the lip peptide treatment and all the issues that arose with that, it wasn't as bad as like Jaclyn Hill's lipstick line, but there were problems with like the consistency of it. She'd said that it was to do with the whole shipment process and how there's like changes in temperature and stuff and how that can affect the product. But looking at this from an objective standpoint, it's pretty clear that Hailey Bieber isn't very hands-on with her brand. And you know, this was the fault of the people that are actually running her brand. So Hailey's brand has already faced a lawsuit, okay? She won the lawsuit, but her brand's only a year old and she's already faced like this massive lawsuit. But you know, despite these challenges, she'd reflected very positively on the past year about her brand in her video and in interviews. And in her video titled The Making of Rhode, which was like her wannabe documentary, she discussed the timeline of Rhode and, you know, the initial idea to product testing to assembling a team. But apparently the lip peptide treatment like issues, they've all been resolved now. Whatever, we'll see.
In our peptide lip treatment, we were experiencing an issue with having a bit of a grainy texture. It was popping up in some of the batches. Our sweetener, when it would travel and maybe get cold, it would settle at the bottom of the peptide lip treatment a little bit.
What is up with their thickness? It's the fragrances. Each fragrance impacts the base. No, I think this smells good.
I really try to get as close to perfection as I feel like I possibly can. When we weren't able to achieve that, I like immediately want to figure out how to fix it.
During one of Hailey's interviews, the topic of TikTok hate arose. And as we all know, Hailey Bieber is literally currently being subjected to, and has been subjected to in the past, a hell of a lot of hate from not just Selena Gomez's fans, but just people in general. And, you know, she did bring up the Selena Gomez drama, and she's like, it wasn't even about us. There wasn't even drama to do with us. It was just that people like to pin women against each other. So that was her thoughts on the situation. And people are like, wait, why did you have to bring up Selena Gomez's name? The interviewer didn't. You brought up her name, so you're pretty much bringing up the drama all over again.
Drama between you, another celebrity, and Eyebrows. Mm-hmm. And you reached out to her saying you've been getting death threats, mm-hmm. and she told her fans to stop.
I don't think that this is about me, Hailey Bieber, and Selena Gomez. This is not about mm-hmm. this pitting between two women and division between two women. It's about the vile, disgusting hatred that can come from completely made up and twisted and perpetuated narrative.
Oh my God. That drama was so... It was so stressful and never ending. My God. Poor Selena Gomez and that statement Selena made. And then Hailey Bieber made a statement about Selena Gomez's statement. It's like, stop. Like, leave Selena alone, for goodness bloody sakes.
I'm just sitting here minding my business, but there is one thing about this whole situation that doesn't make sense. And if we get an answer, it would actually resolve everything. Kylie told us that her post with her eyebrows and the accident reference had nothing to do with Selena, and that she apparently hadn't seen Selena's posts. Okay, cool. So apparently this situation, unrelated. And this situation, also unrelated to Selena Gomez. So Kylie, why don't you just tell us what your posts actually meant? With pictures of eyebrows and references to accidents, but apparently had nothing to do with Selena, so what was it?
What was the reason? What was the reason? What was the reason?
So anyway, the interviewer further explored the launch of Hailey's brand and, you know, talking about its immediate success. And I think it's very interesting because when brands initially launch, you know, they'll always be like, oh my God, like we sold out so fast. But that's because they're only launching like maybe like 2,000 products. So it's pretty obvious that they're going to sell out. But Hailey had claimed that that was not the case at all with her brand. She'd actually had like a whole heap of products and they'd all just sold out, and that completely caught everyone by surprise. And many people believe that the drama to do with Selena Gomez actually caused Hailey Bieber's brand to kind of explode and take off. And people think maybe that's why she recently brought up Selena Gomez's name in that interview, to create more hype around her brand, which was like the main topic of the interview. Hailey also discussed launching her brand and how she feels like she's kind of missed the mark in the timing for her brand's launch, because after the pandemic, sales of makeup and skincare really plummeted in a downward spiral. Like, people just weren't interested in buying that stuff anymore. Not because people don't want to buy makeup and skincare, it's more so the fact that they can't afford to now because of the cost of living is rising. And Hailey basically said that although this was the case, she was very optimistic about her brand because of all the sales that it has done so far.
Like, when I announced the brand, of course there was people that were like, oh, here we go, here's another one. And I'm like, I get that, I understand. I'm also coming from the point of view where I'm like, trust me, I know, but this is my approach and it is different to other people. And my goal from the beginning was that this brand, if you took me out of it, would stand on its own regardless.
So anyway, let me know your guys' thoughts on all this drama in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more juicy tea.